G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Outback Trekking where we are on the GQ build. Well, it's actually a Ford Maverick, but anyway. So, you've probably seen by the thumbnail we're taking the engine out of this old girl. Now, it's not out yet, but I'll get to that soon. But basically, this is a really exciting day because this marks basically the start of the Maverick 2.0. So first it was the budget build and then we took it out for driving that, but now it's going to get really serious. So I know I have already put GU diffs under this with ARB air lockers, so it is twin locked on GU diffs and it's got some other underbody stuff going on, but we'll include that in the 2.0 version. So we're going to tear this whole thing down. There's a heap of things I want to do to it, so it'll probably be a couple of months build, but first we're going to take the engine out and I'll go over that in a minute, but for now I'll just do a time lapse of me ripping this engine out and I'll probably go over why I am taking it out later on. But let's just get straight into it, rip this engine out so we can start this build 2.0. Let's get straight into it. Righto guys, to start off with this engine removal, I'm simply just going to take off the bonnet. That lets me get a heap of light in from the lights above, and it creates a big access point for me to swing my body over those guards, as well as when the engine is ready to remove, it will come out easily without that being in the way. So next step is I'm just going to push it back onto the hoist here. That lets me get under the vehicle so I can reach all the bolts, any lines, and drain the fluids like the coolant from the bottom of the radiator. And yeah, I'll just take out a couple of bolts here so it is ready to come out. Just going to lay it down on the ground again so I can get to the top of the engine bay. I'll take out the airbox and the battery and everything that needs to come out. That will include all the diesel lines, any electrical plugs, and I think the radiator comes out as well in this video here too. So that lets me get more access in there to where I can start taking some of the necessary bolts out, like your engine mount bolts and your bell housing bolts. And once that's done, that lets me get the engine up and out with an engine crane, which you'll see later on. So this whole process took me about 2 hours in total just to get the engine out. I did have a little bit of a hassle with the engine crane, as you will see, but being a mechanic it was fairly easy to do, and I'm pretty sure anyone could do this at home if they are somewhat mechanically minded and have the appropriate tools. So okay, so everything's unbolted and pulled off from the engine to like the engine bay and everything else. I've got this engine crane here. I haven't lifted this engine out of this vehicle before, so I'm not sure if this crane will lift it high enough or not. I have heard rumours that it may not be tall tall enough, because this is a generic super cheap auto crane that everyone has in their workshop. But anyway, we'll give it a go. If not, I'll just push it out of the workshop and we'll use the forklift, which I had to use the other day doing a 1HZ on a Land Cruiser. Isn't too big of a deal, just a pain to do all that extra work. And we're off both engine mounts. Let's power off the gearbox. I thought I had all the bolts, but it appears that it's stuck still. And I just ran out of RAM. I can clear the second part of the sump, but this back bit here, that's going to be an issue. And because it's up so high, it's a really bad tipping point, so. Okay, I'll show you what we're looking at right here. Engine is on the engine crane there, but we're hitting there. So if you're gonna do this at home, either get a taller engine crane than your super cheap auto one, or use a forklift. I probably should use the forklift, but using an engine crane is much nicer. You've got a lot more control with it, so we'll keep going with this. I'll try and figure out what to do. I might get a pry bar under the sump and try and pry it over and flop it over. But when putting it in, forklifts are probably going to be used. Righto, we'll keep on going.
5 minutes later.
Righto, so the engine is actually out now. Funny story, it was still hooked up on that sump. I swung the engine sideways, I tried a pry bar, nothing was working. My brain kicked in and was like, righto, let's let down the tyres. So you got some fair, what do you call it? Got a fair footprint of a tyre there right now. So basically just took the valves out of them. They're both super flat, like there's no air in them at all. But there was plenty to get the engine out. So how good's that, eh? Now we can put this to the side for now and get to work on this. I'm probably gonna take this on a car trailer back home so I can tinker away with it there and get all the rest of this out of the engine bay so we can get to work on this rust that I was talking about. So this stuff here, and plug those holes. I'm guessing those holes are probably the main reason that is rusty. And then we can also work on those gutters up there. There's rust over there where the master cylinder and slave cylinder once leaked when they, I don't know, when they, probably the originals leaked. and there's some stuff down here we need to take care of as well. So while I'm doing all that, I'll be waiting on parts for the engine to do all the seals and stuff, and there's some special stuff going on it. And yeah, so I'm going to replace a lot of things so it's all new, so we can go on some big trips and I don't have to worry. And you know, just take care of some little oil leaks that aren't too big of a deal, but I can get to while the engine's out. So that's the plan. So that's probably it for now. I might show you me taking that out of the engine bay, all that, you know, spaghetti and all that, which I'll show tomorrow because, well, you'll see it in the next second, but I'll do that tomorrow, so I will see you then.